offering a ticket. I'm just telling you, heaven has collapsed in people's mind, which is a good thing because…
It's a good thing?
It is because the idea that this is not the place to live well, there is
Right.
another place where you will live well,
Right, I
is a
see.
wrong idea.
Right.
This is the place to live well.
You can have heaven right here.
Yes. And who told you you're not already in heaven and making a mess out of it?
No one. I think that's possible.
We are in a heaven making a mess out of it.
We also
So
could
right
be in
now,
hell too, right?
whether we want to fix the soil or we want to fix the human mind,
Stop
we are
war.
only trying to see that you don't mess up the heaven in which we have landed.
Yes.
What a wonderful thought, right? I mean, it is such an unbelievable blessing to be a human being, and we rarely step back and are reminded of that. And we have to be reminded of really how much potential we actually have and how much adventure we could have and the world that we could create. And this is a big part of my art. This is a big part of my channel and my message, is the fact that we are using 10% of our brain, which, as the stereotypical saying goes. But I really think that's true in a way. Not physically using 10% of our brain, but we're not owning up to even 10% of what we're capable of as a species, as a soul, as an individual, as a collective. Less than 10%. I would say that number is rapidly declining. It might have peaked at like 20% some years ago, maybe in I don't know, when I was younger, maybe before social media, it peaked at like 20%, and it is just in total decline. And now we are stuck to our phones, we are stuck to our computers, we are living in a isolated, restricted existence, just completely consumed with politics, completely consumed with drama and infighting and dumb, stupid nonsense. Like, it just never ends. And, it's probably by design. The deep state created this society, the deep state created this division, and has led to our psychological destruction, the destruction of this lottery that we've all won. We've all won the lottery. We've all won the most important, the greatest lottery that could be, and that is being a human being in the year 2022. And we spend all of our time arguing with shadows on social media. And to what end? For some election, some vote? Then what happens when we win the vote? Then Congress does nothing and we've wasted 10 years of our life. Like, I've spent so much time. I'm guilty of this too. I've spent so much time trying to quote unquote wake people up to the fact that they're not living a full existence. And this is what I'm doing right now in this present minute, in this present second. I'm doing the exact same thing. And it's usually comments though, useless, worthless comments that just get people angry. It just makes people angry. So now I try to do it with artwork. I try to do it with my voice. I try to do it with ideas. I try to do it with visions and goals and new societies. And the goal this whole time, the goal that I've had for the last 10 years, is to wake people up to this singular fact that you are not living life to its fullest. Not even close. You are living 5% of the life that you could, 1% of the life that you could. You can't fathom a fully lived human experience because you're not in the same ballpark. You're not in the same arena. You're not even on the field. You're not playing the game. You can't comprehend what's possible. You don't have a clue. It is completely beyond your comprehension. It's completely beyond my comprehension. Because the full human experience is a team sport. It can't be played by one person. The outcome can't be known by one person. It can't be predicted. So, and that's the beauty of the adventure. That's the beauty of where society goes, right? You just have to let go and let society go where it wants to go. And that's a collective process. That's a group process. And sure, some people might be in leadership roles, and other people might be engineers, and other people might be, have a more important seat at the table. But who cares, right? I mean, everyone will be able to go along for the ride, at least especially people who are residents of Arcology. The first Arcology is going to be putting human creativity first and foremost in society, and lead the way in terms of artistic beauty and splendor, and just showing the world what's possible. And it can all be done on an extreme budget. This is what people don't understand when they see these photos of the past. They see these glorious photographs from the past. You do realize a lot of those things are made out of clay, right? The earth. It's literally earth, baked clay. Like, this is not something that is unachievable, and it's so uplifting to the soul, especially when it's done properly and it's done with skill and care and intention. And we will be elevating the best. We will be creating a meritocracy, and we cannot and should not be ashamed of that fact. And you know what? If you want to be mediocre, if you want to be average, that's fine. You can be average. There's going to be plenty of room for you. Don't worry. The whole urge to attack meritocracy and to destroy meritocracy just comes from a place of, like, personal shame. And I think you are ashamed of the fact that you're not living your human experience and your human life to its fullest. Because everyone might not have the same level of talent, sure, but with practice and with effort and with care, you can achieve pretty much any skill. You can accomplish any skill. Like, I don't consider myself an artist, really, or at least I didn't until maybe I was in my 20s. I had no creativity until I was about 16, to be quite honest with you. I did have this, maybe 14, something like that, and I didn't fully come into or embrace my creative side until I was in my early 20s. And if I never, ever embraced my artistic side, I would probably be a completely average person. I might be an NPC. And you know what? There's always going to be a lot of those people out there, and they're always going to have a little bit of shame, and their ego is going to get hurt when they see other people thriving, when they see other people living their best life. And this is a real tragedy, and it can't get you down. It can't put fear in your heart. And it'll always be there, especially in the age of the internet. And you see this all the time with, like, celebrities and things like that, with, like, what people say about, like, Joe Rogan and Russell Brand and stuff. It's like, these are just people living their best life. These are people taking advantage of the lottery that they've won of being a human being in the year 2022. And that's the exact same thing I'm doing with this channel and what I'm doing with Arcology. And one of the main problems is this stupid bullshit, sensitive, progressive matriarchy. And this might be why no one's really living life to their fullest, because they're all terrified of being canceled by the matriarchy. They're terrified of having their life destroyed and, like, oh, you're an outsider. You're against the Marxist revolution. You're against the collective. We need to destroy you. And it's this is causing people to completely live in fear and to completely assimilate and to conform. And it is destroying us. This, mixed with the hyper political nature of this moment in history, is ruining everyone's life. It's ruining everyone's existence. And it's accomplishing nothing, because nothing exists outside of politics. Nothing exists outside of upvotes and downvotes and angry comments and isms, ism this and ism that, and it's like so mind-numbing, and it's such bullshit. And we need to get away from all of that and embrace the lottery that we've won, the infinite human potential that exists within all of us, that exists within the artist, that exists within the creative. And we need to say to ourselves, hey, what would happen if we abandoned politics and we embraced the creative, and we embraced a new culture, a culture that we choose, a culture that we co-create, instead of just being led by our lizard brain, our tribalist lizard brain. How stupid is that? What a waste. Like, I've spent the last 10 years of my life trying to wake people up to this singular idea that I'm telling you now. And it's just made people more and more political, and it's made people more and more tribal, and it's made people more and more stupid and isolated and angry, because they can't see the end of the path. All they can see is my rejection of the system. All they can see is the system that they were born into, and they see it clearer and clearer. And as they see the system clearer and clearer, the system consumes them. It consumes their mind. It consumes their friendship circles. It consumes the general culture. And I have my vision on this, this glorious new world that no one can really see because it doesn't exist yet, right? And in order to get to that glorious new world, we need to psychologically abandon the culture that we've always known, which is unbelievably difficult, at least for other people. I seem to have accomplished it. But yeah, that's the big theme of this channel, is to destroy that part of yourself that keeps you attached to the Borg, to the status quo, and the resulting creative and brilliant and dynamic society that is born from that won't truly exist until we actually come together in physical reality to build arcology. And once we do that, it will no one can predict where that path goes. You just have to ride that wave. You have to trust in each other. You have to trust in the maturity of the person next to you, and trust in the shared vision that everyone has. And yeah, that's initially it'll be like that. When it's small, it'll be like that. But once you hit like 1,000 people, once you hit like 5,000 people, it'll feel more like a town than a weird cult. And then once you hit 100,000 people, it's more of like a city. You can go years without seeing someone you don't like. Anyway, I'm rambling on a bit. I've completely lost the plot for the initial point of this video, which is you have won the reincarnation lottery. You are a human being in the year 2022, and you are living 1% of your maximum human potential on this earth, on this paradise, this human paradise that we call Earth. And this channel and this video is a futile attempt to make you snap out of it and to smack you into life. Anyway, I guess that's it. I'll wrap it up there. Thank you. Have a nice day.